because, like, you know, it's a dream. And I'm continuing to pray on it too. I have some thoughts on it, but I'm just going to simply share it. So what happened is, I saw myself sitting in a room, and now my son was there, and his name is Brian. I looked out the window and I saw 2 huge semi-trucks arrive. Now I knew that they both brought something very important. Now I want to make note that these 2 semi-trucks were as big as a house. I mean, they were huge. All I could see was the grill on the front of these semi-trucks. But I knew that it was very important because something had been delivered, something very important. What I did next is, when my son got up, I handed him a wedding ring, and I told him to put this ring in his, he had a coin purse, and I said to him that he needs to give this to his wife. I told him that this is for your wife. Now in reality, my son is not married. He's 28, but he's not married. But I know that his name is symbolic. His name means high or noble, and we know what a wedding ring represents. So again, I handed him this wedding ring. I told him to hang on to it, that he was to give this to his wife. Now the next thing that happened is, after I left this room, I was with an unknown woman. She took me, we left and we came back because she said that I needed to go in and collect a certain number of a euro. Now this kept me up all night. I kept waking up. I knew I had to remember this name. I knew that I had to remember it and write it down. Now the only thing that comes to me is, of course, the European society, the money. Here, let me get this real quick. Okay, it's the official currency of the European Union and its territories. It's called a euro, E-U-R-O. So she sent me back in, and she repeated herself 3 times to me that it had to be the euro that I got. She either told me that I needed to get a certain number, like 23 or 26, but when I went in to pick this up, and it looked like it was gold, not the yellow gold, but what pure gold looks like. But when I went in to pick it up, there wasn't enough. Okay, so I felt that was very important, that she sent me in to get a specific number of euros, and when I did, there was not enough. Another odd thing that happened, and this could be personal for me, but as you guys know, I'm a hairdresser, and in this next scene, I was cutting a man's hair, but this man was a giant. I've never seen such a big person. In fact, when he stood up, the top of my head came to the bottom of his rib cage. He was huge. Now this man was dressed in very fancy clothing. He had blue dress pants on, a white shirt, and a vest, like what a man would wear to a wedding. His hair was like white blonde. It was extremely blonde. I mean, I'm going to say it was almost white. Now, for some reason, I was just cutting his hair. Okay, that's all that happened in this scene, but, you know, he seemed very nice. And, let's see here. So anyways, what I got out of this, what I could find, and after praying on it, is, okay, now semi-truck, sorry, moving my phone around. A semi-truck can represent authority in delivering something. I found that interesting because I knew that these 2 trucks had just brought something to be delivered. It was as if we were waiting for these 2 items to come, okay? But I cannot remember what they were, or I'm not allowed to remember what it was. So it just could mean definitely something powerful, because semi-trucks are very powerful, and they are used to deliver goods. So that's just common sense. I didn't get that out of a book. That was just something that came to me. A lot of times when you talk a dream out, that's how I get some understanding. Now again, I already told you that the euro is an official currency of the European Union and its territories.